All right, if you're a senior golfer, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You get up on the tee, you put a swing on it that feels pretty darn good, but the ball just doesn't seem to have that same pop it used to. It is so frustrating. But don't worry, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
And listen, you are not alone in this. It is definitely not in your head. But here's the good news. The fix is probably way, way simpler than you think. And it's a heck of a lot less frustrating than trying to rebuild a swing you spent decades grooving.
In fact, the wrong piece of equipment could be costing you up to 40 yards off the tee. I'm not kidding. 40 yards. Just think about that for a second. That's the difference between a nice, easy 7-iron into the green versus pulling out a 4-iron or even a hybrid. It's a totally different game.
So what if the problem isn't you? It's not your age, it's not your strength, it's not even that swing you trust. What if the real bad guy is sitting right there in the sleeve in your bag? Yep, we're talking about the golf ball. Okay, let's dive right in and bust the biggest myth in golf equipment, the pro ball. You know the thinking, right? Hey, if the pros use it, it's got to be the best for me. Well, as you're about to find out, that could not be further from the truth.
It's such an easy trap to fall into. You're watching golf on a Sunday, you see the pros just crushing a Titleist Pro V1 or a TaylorMade TP5, and you think, aha, that's the secret weapon. But the thing is, those balls are engineered for a very, very specific player. And, spoiler alert, it's probably not you. And here's the absolute heart of the issue. A tour pro is swinging that driver like 110, 120 miles an hour. It's incredible. They need a hard, high-compression ball to handle that kind of force. But most of us, we're more in that 70 to 85 mile per hour range. And using a pro ball with that swing speed, it's like trying to squash a rock with your bare hands. You're just not generating enough force to make it work. All that energy you're putting into your swing, it just gets wasted.
So let's be super clear about this. You can have a great swing, a swing you've trusted for years, but if your golf ball is actively fighting against you, you're not going to get the results you want. The swing is still there. It's the ball that's become the problem.
But why? Why does this happen? Well, it all boils down to the signs of it, really. And there's one little number that's the key to unlocking all that distance you've been missing.
And that number is compression. It sounds technical, but it's super simple. It's just a measure of how hard or soft the golf ball is, or, how much it resists getting squished at impact. Think of the golf ball like a spring. Compression is how you load that spring with energy.
And to make it even simpler, just think of it like this.
That high-compression tour ball, it's basically a rock. You need a sledgehammer of a swing to get that thing to compress. But a low-compression ball, that's more like a sponge. It squishes easily. And for a more moderate swing speed, that squish is everything. That's what lets you load up that spring and send the ball flying.
And this brings us to a huge shift in thinking. You shouldn't be changing your swing to fit the golf ball. No way. You need to be choosing a golf ball that fits your swing. Let the technology work for you, not against you.
Okay, so we know the problem, we get the science. Now for the fun part, the solution. Let's find you the perfect ball. Because this one little switch can honestly change your entire game.
The answer, my friends, is a low-compression golf ball. Simple as that. These things are designed from the ground up for swing speeds just like yours, that 70 to 85 mile an hour sweet spot. They squish easily, they maximize that trampoline effect off the club face, and they give you distance without you having to swing any harder. It's like free yards. And the benefits? Oh, they're awesome. You're going to see higher ball speed, more carry. The ball will actually launch higher and stay in the air longer. And maybe best of all, it just feels so much better coming off the club. That satisfying thwack is back.
So what does all that mean in the real world? It means more distance? A lot more. We're talking anywhere from 15 to a mind-blowing 40 extra yards on your drives, just from switching your ball. That is an absolute game changer. All right, so picking a low-compression ball is step one. Huge step, but it's not the only thing to think about. Let's quickly run through a few other common traps people fall into when buying golf balls.
First up, those super cheap balls in the bargain bin. I know it's tempting, but the materials are so inconsistent that your yardage can be all over the place, even with the same swing. We're talking 30, 35 yards of difference. No good. Second, don't fall for the hype of those fancy 4 or 5-piece balls. With a moderate swing speed, you're not compressing the ball enough to even use those extra layers. You're just paying for tech you can't access. And finally, stay away from those super high spin balls. Yeah, they're great for pros around the green, But off the driver, all that spin can make your ball balloon straight up and die, costing you a ton of distance.
And here are two more things that people just don't think about enough. First, visibility. Seriously, a bright yellow or orange ball is just easier to see. It reduces the stress of looking for your ball and speeds up play. And second, the feel. A softer ball gives you much better feedback. You know when you've hit a good one, and that confidence is priceless.
Okay, so you're ready to make a change. What's the action plan? We've done the theory, now let's get you some names. Here are some of the absolute best low-compression balls you can go out and buy today.
And the great thing is, you've got amazing options. There's the Callaway Super Soft, which is like famously soft and feels amazing. You've got the Wilson Duo Soft Plus, which is a fantastic value and super forgiving. Srixon Soft Feel is a perfect all-rounder, great control and distance. And hey, if you just love playing a Titleist, their True Feel gives you that brand quality, but in a ball that's actually built for your swing. Honestly, any of these would be a fantastic choice. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. Stop swinging harder. It doesn't work. It just leads to frustration. Instead, start playing smarter. Choose the right ball, a ball that was literally made to work with your swing, not against it.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think about it. Hitting it 20 or 30 yards farther, that means you're hitting shorter irons into greens. More greens in regulation, fewer three-putts. So really, the question isn't just about how much distance you can gain. The real question is, how many strokes are you going to save this weekend just by putting the right golf ball in play?